You know, in the 1970s, had a lot of novelty songs. Some people say this is one. I think this is a great country song done by a rock artist because the great Hoyt Axton co-wrote it. And when we used to hear the No No song, it was a sing-along song. It wasn't a novelty. This was a great song by Ringo, and I think he's one of his last big hits. So today on Behind the Tracks, we're going to be talking about the 1974 smash hit, went number one across North America, and it was performed live on Hoyt Axton show with members of the Monkees and other performers singing along. Is the No No song. Now the No No song is a '74 song by English musician Ringo Starr, written by Hoyt Axton and David Jackson. It appeared on Starr's '74 album Goodnight Vienna. It was released as a single in the U.S. on 27th of January '75, back with Snookeroo, and reached number one in Canada, number three in the Billboard charts. It became the seventh to last top 10 hit. It also reached number one in the Cashbox charts in the U.S. In the song, the narrator meets a woman from Colombia who offers him marijuana, a woman from Mallorca, Spain, who offers him cocaine, and a man from Nashville, Tennessee, who offers him moonshine whiskey. The narrator declines all of them, saying that are bad for his health. Harry Nilsson provides backing vocals. Now, some reissues and later pressings of the Ringo Starr version credit the song as No No song Skokian. As Keith Harris and Chuck Edie wrote in Rolling Stone, the music's real root, though, was apparently the Rhodesian number Skokian, first recorded in 1947, the title of which actually is affixed to certain pressings of Ringo's records. Now, again, released on 27th of January 75, recorded in 74, 2 minutes and 33 seconds on Apple Records. And of course, Richard Perry was the producer. Now, Ringo was on drums, percussions, and vocals, Claus Voorman on bass, Harry Nilsson on backing vocals, Jesse Ed Davis on electric guitar, Nicky Hopkins on electric piano, Bobby Keys on horns, Trevor Lawrence on horns, and Keith Moon spoken voice. You can guess what it is. Now, Billboard described No No Song as a good, fun Ringo cut. Billboard expressed concern that the drug references might limit airplay, even though the lyrics have the singer rejecting drug use. Cashbox described it as a friendly, tongue-in-cheek temperance tune, saying that Ringo delivers it like he really means it. And of course, the Smothers Brothers version of Ringo is quite good too. Now, 1975, the song's writer Hoyt Axton released his own version of the song, featuring Cheech and Chong on his album Southbound. Now, that same year, Joe Dazin released a French-language adaptation of the song Moi je dis non, Me I Said No, as the B-side of his most successful single, L'été Indien. In this version, the protagonist refuses money, a marriage proposal, and political office in order to preserve his peace of mind. Another French version, No, 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 Je suis mari fidèle, I'm a faithful husband, was also released in '75 by Robert Demonge for the Quebec market in Canada. This time, the protagonist refused various women's advances, but changed his mind in the end when he found his wife kissing his best friend. Now, Brazilian rock musician Raul Sicas recorded a Brazilian-Portuguese version called Ne Quero Mais Andar na Contramão, Don't Want to Ride Down the Wrong Way Anymore, adapting the drugs mentioned lyrics to Brazilian culture, respectively Colombian marijuana, Bolivian cocaine, and Argentinian chlorothane spray. This version was included in his '88 album A Pedra de Genesis, The Genesis Stone, and issued as a promo single. Now, number one in Canada, number three in the U.S. Billboard, number one in Cashbox, did not chart in the UK. In Canada, number 26, year end in '75, 87 in the Billboard Hot 100, and 73 on Cashbox. Now, the idea about this single, ladies and gentlemen, Goodnight Vienna, is probably his best album overall because it has the best lyrics. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go over the lyrics, and like I said, it's a building song. Like I said, it's like a country stanza. Now, a lady that I know just came from Colombia. She smiled because I did not understand. Then she held out some marijuana, haha. She said it was the best in all the land. And I said, no, 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 I don't smoke it no more. I'm tired of waking up on the floor. No, thank you, please, it only makes me sneeze. And then it makes it hard to find the door. A woman that I know just came from Mallorca, Spain. She smiled because I did not understand. Then she held out the 10-pound bag of cocaine. She said it was the finest in the land. And I said, no, 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 I don't smoke it no more. I don't do it no more. I'm tired of waking up on the floor. No plank, you please, it only makes me sneeze. Then it makes it hard to find a door. Now, a man that I know just came from Nashville, Tennessee. He smiled because he did not understand. Then he held out some moonshine whiskey, oh ho. He said it was the best in all the land, and he wasn't joking. And I said, no, 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 I don't drink it no more. I'm tired of waking up on the floor. No, thank you, please, it only makes me sneeze, and then it makes it hard to find a door. Well, I said, no, 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 I can't take it no more. I'm tired of waking up on the floor. No, thank you, please, it only makes me sneeze, and then it makes it hard to find a door. And this line is sometimes cut out of the performances. Hey, yeah, I'll just have another drink, barman. Have you got a large brandy? Which ties into the Keith Moon reference. Ladies and gentlemen, that's an era of rock and roll where Harry Nilsson and Keith Moon and Lennon and Ringo Starr and a lot of other friends and colleagues were drinking on a regular basis. And Ringo Starr basically said once, I don't remember much of the 60s and I don't remember the 70s. Because him and Keith Moon, God bless him, were partying a lot. So I hope you take this the right way. This song was so popular with children back in the day in my grade school. I was coming home on the bus. This is a total real story. It was being played on the radio. It would be played at, and every kid on the bus. I was in grade 5, and a lot of kids in grade 6 were all singing along to the song. Everybody knew the lyrics and the passages. And see, it's weird back then. This is nearly 50 years ago. A bunch of kids on a bus singing along to Ringo Starr, who was a children's entertainer later on. Nobody felt that only one person can get away with songs like She's 16, She's Beautiful, She's Mine. According to now in the new law, if you dated a woman that was under the age of 17 back in the 80s or 90s, now you can be charged with statutory rape. Yeah, whatever. And even if you want an 18-year-olds could be charged. But with this one, basically he wasn't promoting drugs, he was promoting drinking at the end. So Ringo Starr, I mean, on Behind the Tracks, we have to talk a lot about the influence of Ringo Starr, as we say, on positive rock and roll. He wasn't a one-hit wonder. I mean, he had 7 top 40 hits after the Beatles, and a lot of those songs should have charted. You look at Photograph, you look at, It Don't Come Easy. And it's kind of sad about this, ladies and gentlemen. People tend to forget how good the 70s were, because most of the people have either died off or, there's people in nursing homes that were 10 years old singing along with the Beatles in the 70s and are near death now. It's kind of scary, but all I know, ladies and gentlemen, Ringo Starr, he's the best of the Beatles because he's the last Beatles left. Paul will die before him because Ringo was too happy to die. And like he puts up the 2 fingers if you can see it. Peace and love. So that's the latest Beatles alumni cut on Behind the Tracks. If you like what we're doing here with our tribute podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share.